So first and foremost, I want to speak about what Forex trading is about. We all know about. If you haven't done your research and you're on the live, definitely, obviously, I need you to go back onto Google and search what Forex trading is all about. We all know that the industry, obviously, is the fastest growing industry in the world. It's been here before time, before our great grandfathers, way before we ever thought it ever existed. People were stock exchanging. Trading still happens today. Trading is one of the easiest things that actually are practiced on a daily basis, but people don't actually know. Do you know that when your children, or your parents or your cousins, when they're at work, when they're shopping, for sure, when they're out there digging whatever, when they get paid month end, they have traded their efforts for an effort. You understand? So that is another simpler way to actually clarify trading. Cut comments, please. Cut comments. Okay. See my comment, perfect. Turn comments off. Is that the right button? Okay, there we go. So yeah, guys. So the easiest way to actually explain trading before we even got into the stock exchange, the easiest way I say to you, when I say trading, I want to speak about when you let go of your position for another or for a greater. You understand? So it's simply the easiest way for those who don't understand what traders do is that we put in the little that we have got to obtain more or multiply it over and over and over again. So if you're new to trading, you asking yourself questions like, what is trading? What do these people do? What money? Where is this money? Where is it coming from? So let me tell you, the money's always been there. It's been all over the world. It's been around in the world. In fact, the world cannot function without the stock exchange market. The world cannot operate. So if they had to shut down our industry, and so if they want Forex traders, I don't want to put it like that, but if Forex traders didn't exist, or if the stock exchange industry was not there would not be money actually. There would not, everything you see around the world, whether it could be a car, a building, a school, man, the simplest things need the industry. So that's just, all I'm saying is that these people are saying Forex is a scam, Forex if you get last week, Forex I figured last week out channel. Daily code. What was I told? So Forex has been there for for decades. It's been there from the beginning of time. You know why? Because money's been there from there. The biggest dons, the white people that, the white oaks who fell rich years and years ago, decades ago, is because through the industry. They might have not done it how we're doing it now, because how we're doing it now is the modern style of trading. We do it from our bedroom, we do it from our phones, from our laptop, from almost every single thing. Back then it was done differently. So they say if you're more concerned about is it safe to trade? Yes, it is. Forex will not leave. The stock exchange is not going anywhere. Even your children will die. Your children's grandchildren's children, the other children, they will die. It wasn't share in Klavin. Well, not see in Klavin. So that's the easiest example I can give is that the industry has been here. It is not recent. It did not start in 2010 because there's this myth about how it started in 2010. No, it's been around. It's been around. There's millions and millions of people who said, hey, Bitcoin is going to fit. It's still around. The industry, the network industry, the internet industry is growing bigger and wiser, stronger by the day. So that's my easiest clarification to you or what is actually trading all about, or what it is. It really trustworthy. Is it an industry that you can actually rely on? Is it an industry you can let go of everything and focus on? Yes, you can. You can actually take it as an employment stream. You can actually trade for a living. Like myself, you can just trade for a living. You can just be a trader. And that is why, so I always get this question, why are traders the biggest flexers? We're not flexers. We're just making money in the most modern, fashionable way possible. We don't have to go jog. No 9 to 5. No boss to call. Just wake up in the morning and check my phone. And then boom, it's blue. So that's just how it is. So we don't flex. It's just we have jumped on and we have picked one of the most flexible, most transparent, easiest, understandable, most practicable way of making money. It's through the stock exchange market. That's if you want to know. So the question is, this is our introduction. So the question is, when did it actually start? Or when did it actually blow up? When did it become a thing? Obviously it picked up in our capital cities, like before it got to any city, it went into the continent, like Europe, the UK, South America, United States. That's where it started. But when it started picking up onto the capital and most powerful cities like your Paris, Sydney, New York, London, they caught on. You know, Hong Kong, obviously China. You know, so they caught on, and that is how us Africans became a part of this stock exchange industry. That, oh, okay, there's something called a retail trader. So somebody always asks, what is a retail trader? What do retail traders actually do? What do we do for a living, retail traders? This PDF I'm reading off, guys, I'm going to send it in the channel so you guys will get to read it as well. But I want to go faster. I want to go past it really quick within the next 10 minutes so I'm able to get onto the board and show you guys a few ideas, just basics. And then obviously, yeah, but you need to follow on all the sessions. So the idea, now obviously, before I go anywhere, for those who don't know, I know some of you guys know, so please be patient with the others. For those who don't know, can you trade every day? No, on a basic week or whatever, can you trade? When do you trade? Is there a time to trade? No, there isn't. The only time you can trade actually is Monday to Friday, 24/7. On the weekend, you cannot trade your currencies, our Nasdaq. The only thing you can actually trade at the moment is VIX, you know. But our normal market is closed on the weekend, opens obviously midnight on a Sunday and closes midnight on a Friday. Depending on the broker, it can open at 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock, 12:30, sometimes even 1 o'clock. It all depends on the company that you trade through. So obviously, which is another topic which I will get into, on which are the recommended and trusted brokers to actually trade with. Right, let's move over to the most, but who are the biggest, before I get anywhere, who are the biggest participants in the stock exchange industry? Who are the guys that actually hold the chains? If you guys want to know where the money is, central banks, your FNB, your ABSA, your Standard Bank, your Capitec, your African Bank, you know, United Nations, your Tanzanian, all these banks, where there is bank, the Reserve Bank, you know, the market makers, these are the people who are actually fully in control of what's going on in the stock exchange market. They can actually talk, like they can crush the industry, they can do whatever almost they want because they've got power. But however, they cannot. Oh, and also brokers, they also have power. But they can't just make that decision because there is a lot of investors on it. So right now what is happening is that retail traders have come in and they are running the industry because they've got the power to sell and buy at whatever time they want. However, the big profiteers are the people who are behind shareholdings and things like that, right? In fact, when it comes to trading, the biggest growing side of the stock exchange industry is the retail traders. The amount of traders that have come out in the past 10 years are probably like 10 times or about 20 times the amount of doctors produced by universities anywhere around the world. The amount of millionaires made through Forex trading in the past 10 years or 5 years, they triple the amount of millionaires that were created by the system anywhere around the world. Like I'm telling you, find a millionaire who became a millionaire of the government system and find one who became a millionaire from trading. The amount of wealth that the trader obtains and the 1 millionaire that obviously got it through the system the normal way just shows that this industry is the biggest. And I'm not saying that being a doctor is a disadvantage. No, I'm just saying that this industry is the fastest growing and most relevant, most powerful ever. That you don't, the wealth obtained here, you could, if you make $1 million today from trading, right, chances of you being a multi-millionaire in 6 months are higher than a doctor who makes $1 million rand today from just being a doctor. For example, a property owner owns a property that is worth 400,000 and puts the property on Airbnb, like myself. I've got properties on Airbnb, you know, puts the property on Airbnb, and probably a month he makes 17K off the property. Good profit. I mean, you'll never get 70K from just anybody else, right? Over a period of 2 years, the person accumulates close to like 3 million rand. But as a retail trader, if I make today, if I've got 400,000 rand that I'm holding in my trading account, right, and I need 2 years to get to 2 million rand, like the owner of that apartment or that house, by the time I'm in 2 years with that 400,000, I'm a multi. I've tripled the property owner by 20 times. So it just shows the amount, the level of growth, or the way that the industry is actually built is that it is meant to multiply wealth. That's what it does. When you've got 10 rand, it multiplies it. 1 million rand, it multiplies it. And that's why a lot of people lose money, because they believe that it's easy money. It's not easy money. It's just the industry in its nature. It is meant to multiply. Everything that goes in, it's just it either could subtract or obviously multiply. That's just how it works. You know, I don't want to get too deep of the introduction. Let me go a bit forward. So somebody asked me, what is it? Please go speak up. They wanted me to speak about why would I advise you to be a fundamental trader or a technical trader? So here's my advice. Either or have their benefits, right? But if you want to be a favored, more or consistent trader, I'd prefer that you become a technical trader instead of a fundamental trader. Because with the fundamental trading, you have to wait for an event. With technical, anything technical you go with, the most profitable and consistent traders are technical traders. And here's another secret. All good traders trade the same. All good traders trade the same. All profitable traders see the same thing in the market. We could all be using hundreds and hundreds of strategies, but all good traders actually use the same thing in the market. So my biggest advice to you is that everybody on here, I'm trying to create one of the most powerful technical traders possible. So I hope you guys are actually learning. And if you are a fundamental trader, yes, you can remain fundamental. I'll also show you see on our second session and third session, I'll show you how to trade fundamentals and how to actually kill them. I kill fundamentals. I've been trading fundamentals. I started with fundamentals in the beginning, and technicals, I was introduced to technical trading by Jason Noah, Forex Gentleman. Who else taught me? Obviously, me and my team also came in and did, mastered a few things. So technical trading is one of the most powerful trading ways ever, actually. So I want to move a bit forward before I get into. I'm not going to speak about orders and stop losses and all of that. We'll speak about that once we're in technical. Once we start doing analysis, on the screen on a Zoom session or Microsoft, but also here as well. You guys are going to hear exactly what I am speaking about. Let me just turn on the comments and see if everybody's understanding what I'm doing. Let's see. Everybody's good. I just want to see you guys can hear me all is well, because I haven't seen any comments. Thumbs up, all is well. You guys are good. I'm going to scroll up. I just want to see that for a sec. So I'm just trying to thumbs up. Okay, you guys are good. Okay, I see you guys are good. I'm turning off comments. Okay, guys, I'm just rushing off to the technical. I want to speak to you guys about. Oh, perfect. So this PDF I'm reading, I'm gonna send to you guys. The last part about our introduction to forex trading, and I didn't mention everything. I'm just mentioning the important part. You need to always remain professional at all times. If you really want to make money in this industry, you need to always remain professional at all times. The moment you start thinking you run this market, or maybe Nasdaq is moved in your house, or when you own something, or you own USD, or I don't know, the broker, you just know what to do, or you'll have a problem. You need to always remain professional. Remember that you are self-employed, and therefore you need to respect your profession. So one of the worst mistakes an amateur or a trader can ever make is go deep into trading without having mastered your skill. You need to master your skill, so when you go live, you're practicing it. I would not advise you to trade don't ever trade on a demo account. Reason why you shouldn't trade on a demo account is because you never feel the loss. When you make a loss, you don't feel it. So you keep going back because you don't feel. But when it's your money and the amount of knowledge you're investing, it's easier for you to keep going. And when you make a mistake, you come back and say, okay, let me go watch leadership's videos and see where exactly I did wrong. If not, let me text him, or text him on Telegram or in the DMs. Ask him, listen, I was analyzing, but I took a sell and it actually bought. What did I do wrong? And then I can actually give you some advice. But chances are you'll find answers in my videos that I will have saved on my IGTV. So the worst mistake you want to do is trade on demo accounts and use skills that don't even exist. So the first advice I gave you is that make sure that you become a 90% technical trader. Never trade demos, right? And always practice. Always practice. Another one is you need to have a trading plan. On session number 4 of the online tour, on session number 4 of the online tour, I will share with you guys a trading plan. A trading plan that will help you, right? That will help you reach your target. My daily target, for example, if I've got 10,000 Rand and I find my account with 10,000 Rand, then I say, okay, for example, maybe I'm living in an apartment and this apartment is 5,000 Rand, and then maybe my car is a Polo Vivo and I'm paying like 3.5. Now I've got like medical 800. Maybe my expenses add up to like maybe roughly around 21,000. and I've got 10,000 rand, I need to make sure that my expenses do not overpower my income. Understand what I'm saying? So your expenses must never ever overpower your income. So with that 10,000 rand, I write a plan. Okay, I give myself, I say, okay, 10,000 rand, I'll make 5,000 rand a day. 5,000 rand a day for 5 days with my plan is that, okay, I make half my capital a day. For a week, that is 25,000. In 2 weeks, that is 50,000. In 3 weeks, 75. So in a month, you'll make 100,000 from just 10,000 rands. People think, no, it's not about multiplying and multiplying. It's when you've got the skill to an extent where you know that you've shopped, and then you can put just put money and take your 2,000 rand up to whatever. Take your 5,000 up to whatever. But when you know that you've got a lot to lose, you need to work with a trading plan. Maybe fund 3 different accounts. 3K, 3K, 5K, 5K, and push it nicely. You know, okay, this 5K, I just want to make 2,000 rand a day. This other 5K, I just want to make 2,000 rand a day. The other one, the lower you risk, the lower your chances of losing your capital. The idea is never lose your capital. And when you lose your capital and you come back, you fund again, you need to make sure that you learn from your previous mistakes. And whenever you blow an account, if you lose money, note it down. Where exactly did you lose? Did you risk high? Wrong entry point? You didn't analyze? Wrong pair? What exactly did you? Because whenever you go wrong, you must have done something wrong. Nobody gets, you can never blow an account doing the right thing. I don't know if you guys understand. Okay? So I want to speak about the importance of being a professional. Risk management, Often, the worst thing that kills a lot of traders is often becoming emotional. Emotional. The biggest struggle we face as traders being emotional. When you see your target, okay, fine, 10,000 rand and my daily target is 5,000, but you see that, there's a chance that it might go up to 15,000. You're like, let me hold. Then it blows your account. You lose when you could have done the right thing. Sometimes the money in the market, you can never finish it. You can never trade it. You can never finish it. You can never finish the money in this industry. Work on a target, take your money and get out. That's what I do. I don't care how much money there is. And guys, Forex trading, it is the richest industry in the world. We're sitting on trillions and trillions and trillions and billions of US dollars on a daily basis that are traded in this industry. You don't have to be greedy. Make your trade, your daily profit, make your weekly profit, and walk out. The money will always be there, but you might not be there to take the money if you actually act gullible and do not respect the industry. So do not be emotional. Do not hold profits for too long. If you've reached your target, if you make a mistake, it is important to take a loss and understand where you've gone wrong and then rectify and come back. Sometimes you can actually rectify your mistake without even closing the loss. Sometimes you take a bad trade, you still have a chance to recover, you add more trades, and it brings you back into profit. But those type of mistakes, you don't want to be obviously making them all the time. And I'll show you guys when we start doing our analysis. I want to get into the board, and on session number 2 as well, we're getting a bit deeper. The best thing about our next session also, there's no introduction. We're going directly deeper into the water. Right deep into the water. We're going to be talking about taking off literally from our currencies, Nasdaq, US 30, VIX, almost everything, Chill our first session, okay? Never trade more than you have. The money you trade is the money that you are willing. So when you're trading, when you fund your account, think of it like this. When you fund your account, it's like opening a business. Let me just cut that call, guys. Give me a sec. Thank you. So when you fund your account, it's more like opening a business, taking out a certain amount of capital to go open a business. So tell me, how many times do you want to keep opening a business? You keep taking out money, open it. No. You fund the business once, and the business funds many other branches. That's how it goes. You see, I've got a restaurant in Soweto. That is a business that I have funding, that I am funding, that I have funded. That restaurant must give birth to many other establishments. Same thing like your trading account. Take out your 10,000, you put it in. Take out your whatever, you put it in. But that establishment, if you trade it professionally, it must give birth to other legs. It must give birth to other legs. Guys, let me just put my phone in silent. Sorry, sorry guys, English. Sorry about that. I'm getting a call, but I put it on silent now, so you can continue. I'll give them a call once I'm done. So one thing you need to avoid is let us stop being amateurs. Let's remove this mentality of Forex is easy money. It's not easy money here. It's not easy money. This is a professional industry. It's the first, in fact, it's the richest, the wealthiest industry we have right now. I don't think there is any other field that has this much money. But getting the money is all up to you, if you can really do it. That's part of being professional, you know. Always remember to always walk away when you've reached your target. That's the most important part. And don't just trade because now you can. Trade on a plan and master your skill. Never use a demo account. Don't ever trade on a demo account. Don't ever do it. You never become better. You never get sharp. Your emotions never get actually. So you need to train your emotions. Train yourself psychologically, mentally, emotionally. This is a very intense, high-speed field. So you need to train yourself. You need to build yourself for the biggest challenges, whether you profit or whatever the case may be. Guys, I think I've gone through the introduction, the whole introduction. I am going to send this PDF. Would have been better if you just go through this introduction or Zoom session where you guys actually read everything I say. But I am going to send the PDF in the channel. I can only share it in the channel, so you guys must get it from the channel, you know, right after the live. So next up, we are going to the last. I'm going to read the last part of this introduction. Yeah. So it says here, this is just a word of advice, you know. It says here, patience is perhaps the most important virtue that a Forex trader can ever possess, you know. When you're a patient trader, let me just read it from here. It says here, when you're a patient trader, it means that you know what you're looking for in the market and you wait for your trading urge to appear before you execute a trade. Don't just trade because you're trading Isha. Don't trade because me have got trades. You need to trade what you see, what you analyzed, you know. But fortunately with us, guys, you guys are in my channel. So whenever I give a signal, you get to look at it and actually capitalize on it. Perfect, okay? It says here, okay, trading in this manner eliminates many losing trades that are results of emotions or actually ridiculous decisions, or sometimes just trading because of opening your eyes and seeing a trade, the market move, therefore you start estimating that it might go in that direction, whereas it's actually going in a different direction or it's on a different momentum. So always trade based on your analysis all the time. All the time. Okay? Listen carefully. Traders who don't wait for an ideal setup to form end up losing their money quickly because they neglect their trading edge and they are simply just gambling. The moment you trade without a trading urge or trading strategy or trading form or trading style, the moment you don't analyze, the moment you don't have a trading plan, you're emotional, you are simply just gambling. Go to Monte Casino and you don't belong to this industry, or else you must come back and be professional like us. This is a profession, right? It says make sure you stress the importance of patience in trading all the time. Make sure you apply the importance of patience in your trading plan or in your mind. You need to know. So trading is like this. When you enter a trade, after you enter, remember to be patient. Apply and be patient. The most important thing is to always remain patient, especially when it comes to taking your profit. You need to be patient. You know, what you see will not happen instantly. So you need to be the highest level. In fact, I think the most patient people that they should be in any field has to be Forex traders. We can wait. We can hold a trade for a long time. Sometimes it comes in. You have to be patient. Patience, you have to apply. It's not a voodoo industry, you know. It says this way you'll be reminded every time you read it why being a patient trader is so important to making money or in making money in the industry or in the Forex market or in the stock exchange industry. As a stock exchange expert, I tell you patience is most important. Guys, that is the end of our introduction and I'm about to get onto the board. So I'll be speaking from here. I just don't know if you guys will hear me from here. Can you guys hear me from here? Let me turn on the comments. I'm going to turn on the comments and then I'm going to check if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me from here? Let me see thumbs up, some yes. Can you guys hear me from here? Can you guys hear me from here? I'm a bit of a distance from the phone. Can you guys hear me from here? Thumbs up. Just want to see thumbs up. Thumbs up. You guys can hear me from here? Okay, I think you guys can hear me. You guys are good. Okay, perfect. Yes, we can hear you. Perfect. I'm turning off the comments now. Turning off the comments. Let's go. So, what is the most important thing in being a technical trader? What do you do? Let's say you open a chart, So I'm gonna try to draw the chart right here. So, where's my feather duster? Feather duster, I mean. So, yeah. Let's just say you open up a chart. So I'll make an example with any chart. So let's just say you open up a chart, just like that. All right? Should I use black? I think I should use black. Yeah. Let's just say open up a chart, and maybe this pair will say it's H4. Okay, see H4 right there. Let's say H4, maybe Euro USD. H4 Euro USD, right? Sure, yeah. Do you get it? Okay. My concern is, are you guys able to read it? Okay, but it's fine. I'm sure y'all can. So H4 Euro USD. The first thing as a technical trader is to understand time frames. Time frames. So what is a time frame? Time frame, obviously, time frame, it easily just means that every candlestick is built based on time frame, When I say 4-hour time frame, it means when a candlestick is built, it will take 4 hours to open and close. What is a candlestick? If you don't know what's a candlestick and you're a beginner, a candlestick is that thing you find in your MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5. It looks like this. It's more like a candle in the house. You know the candles that you used to pray in the house? Those ones. But it looks something like this. This is what we call a candlestick. So if you don't know what a candlestick is, what we call a candlestick. If we trade on a 4-hour time frame, it takes 4 hours to open and close a candlestick. If you trade on a 1-hour time frame, it takes an hour to open and close a candlestick. 15 minutes takes 15 minutes to open and close a candlestick. A day, it takes a day to open and close a candlestick. Pretty much, that's quite simple to understand. That's how time frames work. But we're gonna get in our second session, when I get deeper, and I'll be explaining to you how time frames relate, and how to catch entry points using time frames. Do you guys know that? How to listen to that carefully. How to get the best entry points using time frames. And I'll show you that. I'll show you guys that. Because people always ask, leadership, why do you always get these crazy entries? The secret is you need to always be spot on. You need to understand relationships, the time frame relationship. How do they actually relate? What happens from daily throughout to monthly, coming down to H4, 1 hour, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, till 1 minute. What is actually going on? In our second session, I'm going to explain that. Right now, I want to speak about how to actually look at a chart. The moment you open your chart, the first thing you need to do on your phone is zoom out. You zoom out because, why do you zoom out? You zoom out because you want to see what the market has been doing. For example, if I just got onto my chart now, H4 Euro USD, right? And when I get onto this chart, I zoom out and I find the chart moving, obviously something like this. And on this side, so what happens on this side, normally on the chart, this is the price, what we call price. So on this side is the price of what? The euro. This is the euro. Before I continue, guys, when we speak about pairs, on a pair, right? On a currency pair, the first currency is the base, and then the second one is the code. So the first currency is the base, and the second one is the code. And right here at the end here is the price. It's the value of the first currency to the second currency. That's what we have, guys. For those of you guys who can actually trade, please be patient with us. Please be patient with some of us who cannot trade. There's a lot of us. There's over 1,700 people. Over 1,700 people on this live. And I don't think not everybody understands what forex trading is all about. So I'm trying to be as patient as I can. I'm trying to actually pick up a few important things. And for those who don't understand, please do actually come through in the DM and let me know what you don't understand. But I'm trying to accommodate those who know and those who don't know, those that are from scratch. So on a graph, the graphic looks like this, and it starts moving from the highest point to the lowest point. The moment I zoomed out, I found that, okay, my euro USD, my euro to the USD, my base to the code, right? I said the first currency on a pair, the first one, the very first one is the base. The second one is the code. And right at the end of your chart right there is the price. So at the end there you'll find that maybe euro is whatever to the US dollar. Maybe the euro is 12 rand to the US dollar. Or maybe here it's 13 rand to the, here it's 14 rand to, here it's, this here is just the price. You know, the value of the base to the code. That's what's going on with the numbers you see there. And normally, at the bottom, right here, is the date. The day that it happened and the day that it will happen. You understand? So, here you get to know, okay, when the market came this low, when this market came this low, for example, when it was low, when it was here, what date was that? Then you get to know, okay, it was the 25th of August. Are we together, guys? I'm not trying to turn off the ring light. Let's see if the lighting is still the same. Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. You guys can see it now. Yeah. Okay, let me just confirm with a thumbs up in the comments. Thumbs up, guys. I turned it off. I turned it off. Thumbs up. You guys can see. Thumbs up. See better, right? Why did you guys talk? Oh, got comments are off. Sorry. Yes, perfect. Okay. Turn off comments. Here we are, guys. So I spoke about what the first currency is to the second currency. That is the base to the code. Right here is the price, and at the bottom is the date that happened. I said I got onto my chart, and as I opened my MT4, right, and I zoomed out, I realized that, okay, Euro USD on a 4-hour time frame. Always go to big time frame, 4-hour daily, to see where the market comes from. You cannot trade something you do not know its history. So you need to go in and check, okay, what's been happening? That's what you're going on to bigger time frames, like your daily and your 4-hour. You want to see what's really been going on. So as you zoom out, the moment you zoom out, you get to see, okay, what's been happening for the past 3-4 months in Euro USD. So I've come into my chart, and my Euro USD says here that this chart has been moving for the past month, for example, whatever the case may be, has moved from the highest point to the lowest point. I'm gonna draw it properly for you guys, so I'm able to actually add more drawings onto it. Let me just do this. I'm gonna draw it properly so you guys can actually see it nicely, and I'm able to add more. There you go. So USD, for example, has moved like this for the past month. So I come into my zoom out and I look, okay, fine. What is the market down on USD for the past month or 2 months? And I realize, okay, fine. It has moved from here to here. So what is possible from here? I need to find out, is it going to continue going down, or change direction and start going up? That is the secret, right? But before you can start looking at whether the market is changing direction, before you can start looking at whether is the market going to change direction or not, you need to find the most important part of the market. And that's what we speak about, support and resistance. The simplest support and resistance that you can actually spot out our daily and H4, right? So you need to know, how did it travel? We can see it travel from here to here. But the question is, how did it travel from here, this high, to this high? And what prices did it travel through? That's when we start using our support and resistance, or our highs and lows, On our second session into the tour, second and third, we're going to be speaking about things about lower lows, higher highs, the inner low of the previous high, the inner high of the previous low, those type of things, deeper methods. But obviously, today we're taking one step at a time. Biki, mark me here. So I know that the market has moved from here to here. That's what I see. So I want to find out, how did it move from there? Therefore, I go into my MT4, obviously. When this is my MT4, but you're going to go into yours. This is my MT4. I go in there, I realize, okay, I need to start highlighting the highest point. So I come here, take my horizontal line, and I put it right there. So what I always advise you to do is that when highlighting support and resistance, or putting trend lines or whatever you use, highlight, always use a different color horizontal. So like now we're working on H4. I know that on my MT4, my H4 uses the green marker, or the green horizontal, but this time around I'll say that it uses the orange horizontal on MT4. So when you highlight a support or resistance on 1 hour, make sure the color is not the same as the H4 support. So you are able to see on which time frame you picked out the support and the resistance. That's just trading smart. Okay? So for our H4 support and resistance, obviously, this is H4. I'm going to use my orange horizontal marker, obviously, just like that. I'm highlighting. What I'm highlighting? Because I want to see how the market traveled. I am highlighting the high points, right? Before I can check out I want to pick out all the highs. Here's the high point. Here's another high point. Another high point. You guys see it? I picked out a second high point. Another high point right here. You guys see that? And I picked out another high point. In fact, guys, I don't think you guys can see it nicely. So I'm going to continue using the black. But take my advice with what I said, okay? So I'm going to make that black. I'll make that black. But on a chart, make sure you make it a different color. A third high point I'm highlighting right there. So you can see when the market was traveling from this point till here, it was traveling, it had created obviously 3 high points. What am I doing? These are actually highs. I'm picking out these high points that I'm actually simply seeing on H4. Here, go. One more time, another one right there. It's just simplified. This is Forex simplified. The easiest things you have the basic steps that you have to know about trading. What am I doing? I'm actually highlighting my high points. Here's a high point right there. High point. So unfortunately you guys can't speak to me, but if you guys could speak, I was going to ask a question and say to you, what has happened right now as I was highlighting this high point? High point, high point, high point, high point, high point, high point. What has happened? What really happened as I was doing that? So the question is, what happened was, as I was highlighting my high point, because the market moves with high, low, high, after. Like in life, when things go up, they come down. They go up, they come down. You can never find the chart moving like this, just flying down for 6 years. There's no low. It's just shooting down. That'll never happen. Every single field, every single company's got a scale. Even my life, if I was tradable, you could take me and put me in the industry, in the market, I would have a graph of my life. Like when I was low, when I was down, when I was up, that's just how. Same thing with the USD. The graph is used as a scale to make this pair tradable. So why does the market go up and down? Because it's the nature of the industry. So it can't just travel down. When it goes up, it creates a high. Coming down, it makes a low. So the biggest question is, what took place? What actually happened as I was highlighting these highs? Because these are highs. I'm going to put highs there. These are highs. High. These are all highs. Just extend that. These are all of them, they are highs. What actually happened? As I was highlighting the highs, automatically my horizontal line or my support or resistance line automatically took out the low. Look, when I highlighted this high point, it took out this low. Can you see that? So this is a low point, but this high point, when I put a horizontal, automatically it highlighted a low. So this is a low area. When I took out this high point earlier on, this one, it highlighted. When I took out this high point, it highlighted this low section. Can you see this one here? Just like that. It highlighted those sections. So I found another low. I don't have to put a double resistance, because once you pick wherever there is a high, there's a low. That's just how it is. Wherever there's a high, there's a low. At every given chance, wherever there is a high, there will always be a low. So you need to always be intelligent. If you pick out a high, you cannot identify a low. There's something wrong. Because before high comes a low. Before low comes a high. Before wealth comes brokenness. It's just how life is. Okay, guys, jokes aside, let me continue with work. Okay, so let's go. When I picked out this high point, automatically it pulled out this low area. You guys see that one there? So that's just how it goes. I don't know if you guys can actually see it. I don't know if I can zoom in. Oh, there, I can zoom in. Just like that. So when I took out this high point, it took out that low. When I took out this high point here, it took out this low. Can you see that? On every high, there is a low. Here's a high, there is a low. So the first basic skill of being a technical trader is knowing that I must be able to identify how the graph of the market has traveled from one high to the low. So what I can tell you about this chart that I've done is that they say, tell me what's going on now. Tell me, it's not about making, I don't want to take it, just explain what the chart is. If I had to explain what is going on right here, I'll say, I just opened Euro USD on a 4-hour time frame, right? And when I look at it, I see that it's been traveling from a high point to a low point. And I'm trying to identify whether it is going to continue going down or start changing direction and start going up. But how do I do that? I need to pick out every technical move that this pair has made from its low point. Does it make sense? I mean, from its high point, from its high point. So what I've done is that I've highlighted all the highs and highlighted all the lows. So now I know what the pair has done technically to get to where it is. So the next question is, where to next? Wait for two things, right? It is either the market is going to continue going down and come back up and create a high, right? And then identifying the previous low, which will give us our new high. It's either the market will do that, come back up and respect this, right? Or resist on the previous low to create a new high. Then we continue selling to go down. So the question is, what do we do? Sorry guys, my data goes bad. So what do we do when the market goes down? Do we buy? No. There we go. Are we all good? All back? Okay, fine. Sorry guys, sorry about that. So what do we do? What do we do when the market goes down? Whenever the market is traveling downwards, whenever the market is going down, we sell. Whenever the market is climbing, is a buy. So anything, think of it like this. Anything gaining value must be bought. And anything going down must be sold. If you have got a house and your house is depreciating, you have to sell it. If it's gaining value, then you have to keep it. Anything. And anything. So we buy low and sell high. So we buy right here. Buy low and sell high. So on these highs, what would have happened on these highs here? I would have sold. Why? Because it was obviously buy low and sell high. So we sell on highs. These highs I've identified here, all these highs that I've identified, I didn't identify them for pop and flays. They are being identified because these are our selling point. These are our selling point. These are our selling points. You guys understand that? On every single high, when the market travels down, as it creates a new high, coming back to the previous low, that gives you a resistance. That is a selling opportunity. It is creating a new high based on the previous low area, creating a support section, a resistant area, respecting that previous low, gives it a high, and then you can sell. That's what whenever I say add, in the channel when I say add trades, that is what is going on. It might be happening on a different channel. It could be happening on 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. But whenever I say add, just know a scenario like this is happening. That if you are selling, that means you're selling high. Same thing when the market is buying. It's just obviously here, I'm just making an example with a selling market. You understand? So guys, obviously, right now I've explained to you that we only sell high. Do not sell something at a low price. I cannot sell here. I cannot sell here. You cannot release a product at its cheapest. When something is cheap, you obtain it. When something is expensive, you sell it. That's just how business, trading is like running a business. In fact, traders can be the most powerful and the best business individuals because they know how the industry works. We sell any single, you see this marker? If this marker had a chart, right? I bought it for 2 rand. And if I ever want to sell it, I have to sell it for anything more than 2 rand. That is called selling high in business. But I bought it low. So since I bought it low, I can, if I ever were to sell it, I have to sell it high. Or else I must keep possession of it. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Okay, so I've explained how to manipulate high points on a selling market. And obviously, you do the same thing on a buying market. When you go up and as the market buys, obviously you keep adding more buys when it gives you new lows. Okay, so obviously on our next session, today I gave you guys an introduction on what Forex is about, the importance of being professional, what you need to do, trading plan, risk management, just being professional, putting your emotions aside, a whole lot of stuff. Obviously, I explained to you how to actually analyze and look into a chart. This is our very step basic way to understanding our analysis, So I couldn't obviously get too deep based on what I wasn't able to have a platform or could share the screen. But this is just our basic start. For all the beginners, I hope you guys actually understand it. For all those who've been trading, I hope you guys can see that we are about to get deeper and deeper and deeper into our session. You guys obviously do forgive me for today's session that I did running a bit late. I came from a meeting at my restaurant since we're launching this Saturday, so I needed to multitask that. But I obviously knew that I'll definitely make it happen. In fact, in the meeting, I sent a message and said that let's make it 8:30. But I hope you guys actually love today's session. I love and appreciate you guys. Next session, I want to make sure for all those who have an idea on how I can actually sign up on Microsoft. I've never used the platform. I've not done online. So obviously, I'll try to check it out. If you guys do have a link or how it works, I'm going to check it out and then try to sign up there. I heard it can actually accommodate a whole lot of us. Like there's 1,600 individuals who are here. They can jump on Microsoft on our next session. I think our next session is next week. I'll check the date. We're going to be going deeper and deeper. And by our last session, 1,600 individuals will be touched and lives will be changed. And that for me is a guarantee. But from me to you, that is literally the end of our empowerment first day introduction to our session. I hope you guys understand what I was actually trying to bring.